Before we can start with actually modifying images, the machine that you're working on needs to have the Pillow library installed. So let me show you how to do that. But basically, it's a three-step process. You need to go into your Python packages, and you're going to type Pillow into the search box and then install. So let me show you the steps. It's not too hard. And you may have already done this with some of the other stuff we've done in the class, but on the left-hand side here on the bottom, you'll have a icon here that says Python packages. For those of you far back there, I'm right here in this zone. It says Python packages when I hover over it. When I click that, what it shows me first are the Python packages that I have installed. You may not have as many as me because I try out all kinds of crap. But if I start searching, and in the search box, I just type the word pillow, just like the pillow that you use to sleep on. Now, I have Pillow installed already. Okay, so it'll show up under my installed list. If I didn't, it would show up in this main list here. Now, you'll notice that you've got all kinds of things that have the word pillow in them. You are looking for just pillow, not pillow fort, not pillow top, not pillowcases, none of those things, just pillow. And when you click it, over here on the right-hand side, you should see a little button that says install. And when you see that, you just click it and it should install. You'll see some little messaging down here as it installs it. And it should install it for you if all goes well. Now, if it doesn't do that, it's probably due to some kind of an installation error, whether it is how PyCharm was installed or how your project was created. There's a few things that I can help you with as far as debugging that piece of it. Yes?
The latest version?
Yeah, just whatever the recommended latest version is fine. I'm on 12.0.0. Apparently the newest version is 12.2.0. Most of these minor versions aren't going to really be a difference. Yes? I'd have to come look in a minute. But yeah, just once I get done, I'll come back and check it out. Are you connected to the internet? Okay, that would be the first thing I would check. So anyway, that's how you install that, and once you have that in there, you should be able to import it to begin working with Pillow. So I have in our Canvas shell. Let's see here. That's module 16. Getting down to the last three modules here. My Canvas has been really slow here lately. Are you guys slow on Canvas?
It's just this room.
Yeah, it's probably this room and the Wi-Fi. We'll give it a second here, but you'll be able to download a file called Pillow Practice, which is this file here. And this is what I'm going to be working with. It's already got a bunch of pre-coded commands that I want to go through for you. And let's see here. We can get this to come up reasonably fast. Still working. Should be in these module 16 files. But first, opening and showing an image. Okay, so you'll notice that on the import for Pillow, I'm using the from command. And it's not from Pillow, it's from PIL, capitals, import image. Pillow is a huge library. So importing everything from Pillow is not very effective memory-wise for your computer. So if you want a higher performance, in this case, it's best to import just the pieces of Pillow that you need. So I'm importing just the image portion of the pillow library. And then I'm creating a file name. Now, this file name, it can be a path to a file on your computer, or it can be just a file name, which is technically a path. But in this case, if I'm doing just the name of a file, that image has to be in your same directory where your script lives, or else it won't find it. Okay, so it's just like the same rules for modules. It's going to look inside that folder for that image. And so I will begin by opening an image file. So I go image.open file name. It's very similar to opening a text file, except I precede it with image dots because we're opening an image. And that actually creates an image object. Okay, so that's creating an image object that has methods and properties associated with it. So imagefile.show will actually open that image in whatever my default image editor is for my computer. So on Windows, that's usually your image viewer. On an Apple platform, it's usually going to be your preview app. But if you've changed that setting on your computer to be something else, it'll open in that. So if I'm opening a file, now it says I'm opening a JPEG, but it's going to open that file always as a ping. The file preview for a pillow image object is always ping. So whatever your default image viewer for ping files is on your computer is what that's going to open it. So if you have Photoshop installed, for example, on your computer, and you've set Photoshop to be your default program for ping files, it will open in Photoshop. It's going to open in whatever it is. So an example of that, there it is. Look at that. So here's sample code. You'll see lots and lots of sample code. Some of that I'm going to go over today. Some of it's next time. But you'll see the M16 pillow practice file in there. So you can download this and play with it now or later. But you can see here, I'm importing the image. Got a file name. I've got image.open. And I'm using image.show to show that file. So when I run that, okay, it opens that strawberry image, okay? And it opens that strawberry image in my default image viewer, which is preview. So that's why it opened in that particular window. You'll notice up here, well, maybe you won't notice because you probably can't see from that far back, some of you, that this is a ping file. So this file has a weird file name. It's not strawberry.jpg, which is what I opened. It's got a randomly generated file name and the extension PNG on it. That's because I am directly viewing that image object. So when I invoke show, what it does is it outputs a ping of that image object and opens it for me. So that is the image object as it is. So I'm not actually viewing strawberry.jpg when I do this. I'm viewing that object as an image, which is a little bit different. I'm not changing this file. So that is how you open and view a file. So as you're working with images in Pillow, you will use image.show to see what that image looks like. Every time you make a change to that image, you do image.show, it'll pop it up and show you that image.